That would be insane. And he would probably get his face kicked off, probably get strangled, probably get taken down, strangled, and he would be helpless.
For Manny to come back after this long and to face a young guy like that is dangerous.
Manny Pacquiao he hasn't been a pro in a minute, and they're coming back to fight someone for a belt. Barrios technically should win, but this isn't fair.
Manny Pacquiao is cautioned by Joe Rogan to withdraw from the bout with Mario Barrios, stating that it's just not worth the risk. Rogan notes that just a few legends have competed at a high level, making it uncommon for elderly fighters to do so. Until his 50s, Bernard Hopkins fought. Even George Foreman's victory at 46 by knocking out Michael Moore and Archie Moore's continued competitiveness in his latter years were exceptional instances. According to Rogan, Pacquiao's legacy is already established, and a bout now might cause more harm than good.
Fighter, and he's a nice guy. If you're nice to him, he's a nice guy. He's fun. He's fun. But, you know, in the street, if you find that guy and you talk to him for no reason, he's gonna put you in the hospital. He's gonna put you in the hospital, and it's not. You can't do a goddamn thing about it. You don't even have a chance. You have nothing. You have zero chance. This idea, oh fucking, these guys can't fight. I know how to fight. Shut your mouth. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Definitely shouldn't be out talking to people for no reason.
They do it. They always did it. They used to do it to Chuck Liddell. People would talk shit.
They used to do it to Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. People would talk to. People are. There's certain people that are just crazy, man.
Well, speaking of Mike Tyson, these people that think that he don't stand a chance against Jake Paul, they're like, this shouldn't even because he's too old. I was like, I think you're crazy.
Well, they're definitely uninformed.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. He is 57 years old. He will be 58 when they fight. He has had a long fighting career. He has been knocked out by massive men like Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield. You know, he's had a lot of blows. And, you know, it's long past the time where most people ever fight. You know, the only person that ever fought competitively after age 50 is Bernard Hopkins and Archie Moore. Archie Moore did it back in the day.
Foreman was 40.
Joe Rogan continues to recognize and praise what Manny Pacquiao accomplished in his prime. He admires how Pacquiao set himself apart from most fighters, not just with speed, power, or incredible footwork, but through humility and discipline. In a sport full of loud voices and constant trash talk, Manny chose silence. When opponents tried to get in his head, he never responded with anger or drama. Instead, he remained calm, focused, and let his fists do the talking. Rogan respects that Pacquiao didn't waste energy on words because he knew exactly what he was capable of. Time and time again, he would walk quietly into the ring and dominate those who doubted him. Joe calls him a true legend, not just for his physical gifts, but for his mindset. In an era where fighters build hype through talk, Pacquiao earned respect by staying true to himself, proving greatness doesn't need noise, it just needs action.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick you later.
Different fucking dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that roast, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just
don't say that. Yeah.
Okay. And got crucified.
Yeah, but he's super
I wish you the best
too.
Good luck in that fight.
Manny Pacquiao ages. Concern continues to grow about his potential return to boxing. In his last fight against Yordenis Ugas in 2021, fans were struck by how far removed he seemed from his prime. The speed, explosiveness, and sharpness that once defined him were noticeably absent. That loss didn't just mark a defeat, it highlighted the physical toll the sport had taken on him. After the bout, reports emerged that Pacquiao was so weakened by the punishment he endured that his wife had to feed him soup because he couldn't lift a spoon. That was years ago. Now, at an even older age, he's eyeing a comeback against Mario Barrios, a dangerous and arguably reckless decision. Barrios isn't a fading name or a soft touch. He's young, tall, naturally bigger and active, with recent performances showing growth and momentum. Pacquiao, despite his legendary status, hasn't fought in years and is returning to face someone in his prime. This isn't just about a former champion chasing one last moment of glory. It's a risky gamble against time, age, and a dangerous opponent. For all of Pacquiao's greatness, the body eventually gives out. Returning to the ring now could risk more than just a loss. It could seriously endanger his health.
It's a good fight for Barrios, you know.
Big payday, big fight. But can he win? Or is it Pacquiao?
It would be fucking badass if Pacquiao becomes champion again. That shit would be fucking
It could be, it could happen.
George Foreman did it. George Foreman did it. 46? It's 46.
No, listen, Manny Pacquiao's special. If anyone could do it, it's Pacquiao. Pita. Pacquiao, okay. I'm going to tell you the mathematics. It doesn't always work. Manny Pacquiao beat Thurman. Thurman beat Barrios, so why wouldn't Pacquiao beat Barrios?
He's 46 and he hasn't fought like 4 years.
Well, he's fresh then. No wear and tear.
He's done like 3. Have you seen the exhibition? Have you guys seen him? He looked like shit.
He didn't try, he didn't
He looked
train.
like shit.
His
He's
speed is
46.
Age doesn't matter. Age is nothing but a number. 40 is the new 30s.
He's fucking 46.
How old is Barrios?
He's 40. Doesn't matter. He's in his prime. He's a world champ right now.
Bradley believes that legends like Manny Pacquiao only return to the ring for one reason: money. In his view, Pacquiao has already accomplished everything in boxing and has nothing left to prove. Bradley questions why Pacquiao would risk his health after years of retirement, especially at his age. What concerns him more is the level of competition Pacquiao is choosing to face. Mario Barrios is no easy opponent. He's young, powerful, and highly motivated. Bradley warns that after such a long layoff, Pacquiao's timing, reflexes, and stamina won't be the same, and that could be dangerous. He sees this comeback as a major gamble. While Bradley deeply respects Pacquiao's legacy, he feels this isn't a wise decision. Age eventually catches up with every fighter, and boxing isn't a sport where you want to learn that the hard way. Returning against someone like Barrios instead of a lower-risk opponent only heightens the danger.
Getting back in the ring again for a world title fight.
Well, obviously, it definitely has to do with money. 1, 2. I think Manny Pacquiao, I think his C game is a lot better than anybody, a lot of guys' A game, even with the age. But you have to take into account the last time he stepped foot in that ring, man, against URGES. You know, he didn't look good. He was outmatched by, a fighter, a younger fighter. Barrios is no slouch. Barrios is a young fighter, bigger fighter, knows how to, control distance very well, can punch a little bit. Like, he's no easy task for anybody in the welterweight division. And for Manny to come back after this long and to face a young guy like that is dangerous. And sometimes, these old legends, they got to get beat up several times before they call it quits.
Pacquiao's unexpected return to boxing has taken the sports world by surprise after announcing his retirement in 2021 following a loss to URGES. The 46-year-old legend is preparing to face Mario Barrios in July for the WBC welterweight title. The bout was officially confirmed by WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman, who praised Pacquiao's enduring legacy and his determination to end his career with another championship. Despite the excitement surrounding the announcement, questions loom large over Pacquiao's ability to compete at an elite level after a long absence from the ring. At 46, with no recent fights to assess his current form, critics and fans alike are concerned about whether the aging icon can still meet the physical demands of high-level competition, especially against a younger, active opponent like Barrios. Sulaiman confirmed that Pacquiao has received all necessary clearances to fight for the title, heightening anticipation for what could be a historic moment in boxing. While many applaud Pacquiao's relentless drive and ambition, Others caution that the risks are significant. As the date approaches, the world will be watching closely to see if the Filipino legend can once again defy the odds and prove that greatness knows no age.
WBC President Mauricio Suleiman has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins, 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09 Ricky Hatton all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at Mario Barrios' record. 29 wins, 18 of those coming via knockout, 2 losses and 1 draw on his resume. What do I make of this fight? I don't know, you know. I mean, listen, this is a young man's sport. I ask myself, Manny Pacquiao, why do you want to come back and fight a younger fighter? You know what I mean? Mario Barrios, who is the current champion, who's the WBC champion. Why? What have you got to prove? You've proven everything throughout your career. So I don't know what to say. But anyways, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. And watch a clip of the president of WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, talk about this.
Trainer Greg Hackett recently voiced concerns about Manny Pacquiao's upcoming fight against Mario Barrios, emphasizing the stark contrast between the current Pacquiao and the legendary fighter fans once knew. Known for his candid analysis, Hackett stated that had this bout occurred a few years ago, Pacquiao would have easily outclassed Barrios. However, at 45 years old and following a lengthy period of inactivity, Hackett believes Pacquiao's speed, stamina and natural fight instincts have significantly diminished. Hackett characterized the fight as more of a money-driven event than a legitimate clash between elite contenders. He suggested that the matchup lacks the competitive fire that defined Pacquiao's prime years, calling it a spectacle designed to capitalize on the Filipino icon's legacy. While Pacquiao remains a beloved figure in boxing, Hackett questioned whether the motivation behind his return is genuine competition or financial opportunity.
Sound like Pacquiao trying to hit a lick, you know what I mean? But Pacquiao not Pacquiao no more. It's tough to go against him in this situation, because if it was some years ago, Pacquiao would beat Barrios. But right now, Barrios, with his momentum, might around and beat Pacquiao up. I mean, not knock him out, but, you know what I mean, beat him on the cards, beat him behind that jab.
Similar to like URGES, the URGES fight?
Yeah, like on shit like that. It's a good fight, but it's more of a good fight for Barrios. Pacquiao don't need it, but Pacquiao want to come back, and he want to come back with a bang, so, I mean, why not? If he can make it happen, make it happen. Because I would love, if Barrios was my fighter, I would love to have a Pacquiao on the record. I mean, I would love something like that. And that's a fight you know you got to get.
The trainer's blunt remarks highlight the potential risks Pacquiao faces in stepping back into the ring against a younger, sharper opponent. According to Hackett, fans should temper their expectations, as the fighter they remember may no longer be capable of delivering the same electrifying performances.
Manny Pacquiao he hasn't been a pro in a minute, and they're coming back to fight someone for a belt. Barrios technically should win, but this isn't fair. Like, we could have had Brian Norman Jr. versus Barrios, but we're getting Manny Pacquiao versus Barrios. I don't think anyone wants to see that. Manny Pacquiao is past his prime. He's not in his fighting years no more. And then can't he make 147? And then you're letting him fight for the belt. To me, that doesn't make any type of sense. And then if he beats Barrios, let's say hypothetically he beats him, is he gonna unify? Because Boots, that's sitting in the lamb to the slaughter. Brian Norman, that's sitting in the lamb to slaughter. Like, this doesn't make no sense. these young fighters, like, they can really hurt Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao couldn't even handle Ugas. Like, just think about how this is all playing out. It doesn't make sense. This fight shouldn't be made. Like, there's other fighters that Barrios can fight.